Hi, EXJW'S Witnesses. How are you? Well, I was looking through the internet for some inspiration to make a video, and I found one that I'd made, that I'd read in the past, and I think I've actually maybe even mentioned it in the past. Such a good article. You can find it on thoughtcatalog.com. I'll try to put a link down below if I can, by a writer called Marcus Escritos, and he wrote 10 things that sucked about growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. I can feel that. Oh, I can feel the juices. Let's see. So, Marcus, what do you think? What didn't you enjoy? No birthdays, Christmas, or other holidays. That's true. That's true. He says all the other kids were having fun making Thanksgiving drawings of turkeys by tracing their hands. That's true. It did look like fun, he says. That looks like so much fun. It really did. It's too bad I had to sit in the principal's office while you guys do fun Thanksgiving arts and craft. My mommy and daddy are in a cult, so we don't celebrate any holidays. None. Not even my birthday. God says birthdays are bad. It's true. That was so true. I remember that. If you were sneaky family or just decent parents, you would try to have like a surprise day at another time during the year. We did that every year, and it was just an effort to, give us something as kids. This is number 2, never being able to talk honestly with a friend. I'm feeling this one. Jehovah's Witnesses are commanded to report what is bad. In other words, to snitch on their best friend if they tell them they did something like smoke a cigarette or watch an R-rated movie. I told on myself. I was such a mouthy child. I remember going to the book study and telling one of the other parents, guess what I just saw at American Werewolf in London? And there's my dad being dragged out of the room so they could tell him off. I remember it so well. Okay. Anyway, during my time as a Jehovah's Witness, having a conversation with another witness meant editing out anything that could get me into trouble. As for the Jehovah's Witnesses, a lot of everyday activities such as buying a lottery ticket or stepping into another religious church will get you in serious trouble. So true. 3. Bear with me. People ringing me. 3. Having to go door to door preaching every Saturday and sometimes Sunday as well. It's true. We didn't go often on Saturdays, but quite frequently we'd be out there knocking the door after a meeting on Sunday, and you've just done a meeting and it's 2 hours long, and then you get that hour of association and then half an hour to eat your lunch, and by the time you're done it's 5 o'clock and you go, oh great, school tomorrow, think I'll go to bed now. Not good. I like this is his point. I barely got any sleep when I was a witness. I commuted an hour and a half to work each way and worked long hours. I needed the weekends to catch up on my sleep debt, but instead I had to get up at the crack of dawn to go out preaching. I remember those days. I remember when I first got my first job and I was doing 60 to 80 hours a week. And then you'd go straight from work to the meeting. And then when I started working for myself, doing one of those many wonderful witness janitorial jobs, the meeting was over on a Thursday and I was out working again. Crazy. 4, having to fill out field service reports. So true. That moment of shame when you realise that you've only got 1 hour to put down that month, or the time when you realise you haven't put it down at all for 3 months. And I went up to my my field service overseer, a guy called Graham Catney, who's dead now, and I said, I'm so sorry, Graham, I haven't put my report in a while. And he said, don't worry, Neil, I always put a few hours in for you anyway. Oh, that liar! He was funny. Okay. Anyway, what do we say here? While the slips are not shown to anyone but the elders in the congregation, other witnesses take note if you haven't been out preaching with them during the regular times. They do. You can't bullshit that. They're like, yeah, you did 10 hours. Not true. You weren't there on Friday or Saturday, Neil. They will encourage you if you lag behind the national average. It's true. Yeah, always had to get the national average. Being a Jehovah's Witness is like having a second unpaid job that you do on nights and weekends for no pay. If your performance lags on the job, your invitations for dinner and movies suddenly stop. You're constantly judged by everyone else, especially the elders. It's so true. It's a brilliant article, this. 5, wish I'd written it. 5, not being able to date. Jehovah's Witnesses don't really date. They don't. Is it haste to mate? Are you dating with a view to marriage, brother? Are you? Think about it. Got told that many times. You are never alone, never without a third wheel until you get married, which will usually be less than a year after you've met them. That's true. It might sound like I'm describing some sort of weird threesome situation. But trust me, it's more boring than that. It's so true. Because when you're a Jehovah's Witness, that also means, number six, no sex before marriage. No sex before marriage. Nothing. At least the Mormons do that weird soaking thing. Jehovah's Witnesses get nothing before marriage. And I mean nothing. After marriage, it doesn't get much better. Since oral and anal sex are banned even for married couples. And if you're gay, well, you're doomed to a lifetime of abstinence and loneliness. That sounds very sad. You could go in the governing body like the rest of them. Not being able to have non-witness friends. This is so true. Because, hang on a second. This is so true. Because if you think about how you were raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and I actually listened to the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and he was talking about people in North Korea, and he was saying about how these people, they're in a cult. They're in a mindset of a cult, and that they're completely, they're indoctrinated, and that, they're like a prisoner, and they're like a prisoner just coming out of jail. They're completely just useless for the rest of their life. And this is where it really begins, not being able to have non-witness friends, because you can't communicate to people. You can't talk to them and say, hey, I like the football, or, what movie's happening, or what's shaking. You can't do all that. It's got to be Jehovah's Witness related. Those people are worldly. You can't be friends with them. And that lasts a lifetime. I mean, I'm 44 now. Not good. 44, and it hasn't gone away from me, certainly. Okay. This fella says he kept his non-witness friends a secret. Very good of you. Number 8, keeping up their ever-changing, made-up doctrine. This is so true, and I have come to the realization that is actually a key component in keeping people indoctrinated in a cult. It's not about you ever learning it completely. It's about it constantly being mixed up so that they can judge you for getting it wrong, because you need them. If they're going to keep changing things, you need them to constantly explain the new thing so that that's the truth. If they just came forward and said, there's the truth, that's all you need, you could just go, okay, thanks, bye, I'm away, take my truth and go. All right, but no, the truth always changes, so you always need the truth changers. He says here, when I first became a witness, blood was not allowed to be consumed in any form. True. When it was blood pudding or life-saving transfusion. When I left, they had changed the rule to allow blood fractions. That's right. I remember that well. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe that God's organization periodically receives new light. New light! Light brighter still! A light! It's true. Do you remember that song? You do remember that song. Okay. Looking like a jerk. Number 9. Looking like a jerk when someone sneezes. This is some of the silly stuff that really shouldn't matter, but does. Because you think to yourself, why do you care that you can't say bless you? You can't say bless you because that's not Christian, and it's a big pagan origin, and I'm going to make myself look like a turtle dick in work and school. So true. So true. And of course, it's not just that, God bless you. It's everything. It's standing up for an anthem. It's putting your hand on your heart. It's, it's saying so many little words which just make you part of society and are not allowed to use as a Jehovah's Witness. Number 10, the constant fear of being watched. Big Brother is watching you. He was. I was part of Big Brother. We all were. Jehovah's Witnesses have no concept of privacy. So true. And tend to view secrets they find out about other witnesses as a gift from God. Oh, I love this dude. Preach. Pair this with the report what is bad rule mentioned in 2 and you have a recipe for disaster. The elders once told me that I had negatively influenced my former roommate. The reason? My former roommate worked for Blockbuster Video and he had searched my records to snoop on the movies I'd been watching. He decided to go through my private records at work, and yet I was the bad guy because I rented Die Hard. There's nothing wrong with a bit of John McClane. That man's an American treasure. My life as a Jehovah's Witness was Orwellian. I lived in constant fear that someone would see me walk into an R-rated movie, catch me playing a violent video game, see me talking to a girl, know that I had non-witness friends, find out that I liked rap music, etc. Leaving that religion was the best decision I ever made. Well, that is so true. It is the best decision you ever made, but it is not without consequences, as we all know. And the consequences of being a witness, they are lifetime. They will last a lifetime, and you're stuck with them. Pardon me. Speaking of rap music, has anyone listened to Tom McDonald? I like conscious rappers, if you know what that means. I'd love that dude. He is so cool. Anyway, listen. Guys, thanks very much for watching my video. If you go to Thought Catalog, Marcus Escritos, you will see this article. If you are Marcus Escritos, you are an awesome dude. I love this. If you want to see two other awesome dudes, go to maybe Midwest Shadows YouTube channel. Two friends of mine set up a really good. If you're into all that ghosty, haunty stuff, you should have a look at that. It's really fun. And guys, have a great day. Have a great week. Links to my books are below. Buy one, have a laugh. Have a good week. Bye bye.